Oscar, you come to Montreal leading the championship. McLaren is dominating the Constructors' Championship. What's your state of mind right now? We're getting close to a halfway point of the season.
I mean, it's been, a great start to the season. Well, not even start to the season so far. It's been a great first 9 races, and very proud of what we've been able to achieve so far. Just been enjoying it. So we'll try and keep it going, hopefully, but no, just enjoying the success we've been having.
This is a spectacular fight for the fans, of course, for the F1 aficionados. And McLaren seems to be managing the situation very well. Is that your own perception? And are you comfortable with this battle with your teammate?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we kind of knew going into this year that this situation could be a possibility, and ultimately, whilst it has some challenges, it's the situation you want. So I think we've been handling it well. We've been able to race each other and try and fight for this championship, and the car's been very strong as well. So nothing to complain about at the moment.
You're still so young, but you must be aware of the comparisons of Ayrton Senna and Alain Prost, of course. Do you have any feelings about it? This was one of the most incredible moments in the history of Formula One. Could we repeat that?
I mean, I think between Lando and I, hopefully we don't repeat that. But it's very special to be, creating the next chapter of history for McLaren. So it's been special for sure. If we can have the same success that McLaren did in that era, then that would be fantastic. But yeah, for myself, just trying to, approach every weekend as well as I can, get the most out of it, and try and fight for the championship here.
You seem to be mastering the art of qualifying, and you said before the season this was something you wished you would improve on. Are we there yet?
I think so. It's certainly been a significant improvement from last season. It's not been perfect, but definitely a lot of steps in the right direction, and been feeling comfortable with the car in all conditions really, but especially over qualifying. That's where I was struggling a little bit last season, like we've said, and it's been a good turnaround this year, and it's just been making the races easier as well. So it's been a nice improvement. We've looked in so many areas to try and find that, and it's nice to see that it's paying off.
Short term, where then is the working ground for you?
I mean, trying to make qualifying perfect every time, really. Not every session has gone perfectly well, not every race has gone perfectly well, so just trying to find that extra little bit that we can is always very useful. The qualifying especially has been separated by hundredths of a second so often. To have, I think it's 2 or maybe 3 pole positions that have been larger than 1/10 to second.
This is pretty amazing.
It's pretty amazing. Yeah. So just trying to find those last little hundredths that you can get is always still important. And I think we've done a really good job of trying to find that in the off season, but you've always got to keep pushing.
2 more quick questions. Where you are right now, if we project and you're there on race 24, what will be and what is the key element for you? I know it's a tough one because there are so many things, but is there one in particular?
I think just being consistent is the biggest thing. You need to be consistent, but consistently strong, because ultimately there's been a lot of races where Lando and I are first and second, or first and third, second and third. You can't really afford to have races where you're off the podium at the moment, and you need to be consistent with that, but consistently strong, which is not an easy thing to achieve. So,
and tracks are so varied now.
Yes, exactly. And you never know if other teams are going to find performance. We've seen, especially in qualifying, how tight the gaps have been, and the difference between being on pole position or being on the second row or the third row instead of the first row. It makes a massive difference to how your race looks, and those are the kind of things that I'm trying to be consistent with, and so far it's been good.
My last question regards Mark Webber. He was very popular here. We've seen him doing pretty interesting things on the track. what's the importance of Mark in your life? Of course, as a manager, we can understand, but in a broader perspective.
I mean, yeah, he's definitely important in my racing world, that's for sure. I think, his experience has been invaluable to me in a lot of circumstances. I think now I'm starting to get my own experiences and learn my own lessons, and there's some lessons you have to learn yourself. You can't really have someone tell you about them or teach them to you, but I think he's certainly filled in a lot of other gaps that I would have had, and helped me fill in some lessons that I haven't had to take myself. And that's been really critical in trying to speed up my, I guess, performance and then how I can improve. So he's been very important there, and then just making my life as simple as it can be outside of Formula One.
Is he a bit fatherly with you? Or?
I mean,
overly protective?
Maybe in some ways. Not overly protective. Definitely protective, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But I think, always with my best interests at heart and trying to make my life in F1 as simple as it can be so I can focus on trying to drive as fast as I can. And I think that's really where the value is.
Oscar, fantastic. This is a great season. We enjoy seeing you on the track, and all the best for you here in Montreal.
Thank you very much.
All right, merci. Thank you.
Thank you.